Hi everyone, my name is Dawn. I'm Dina's youngest sister, and I know that a lot of her friends and followers on YouTube had wanted to be able to see the memorial service for her, so we are here today in Baldwin, New York, gathering in Dina's memory. She is here with us. We're not going to put that on screen, but we do have all of her pictures that Denise and I made of her over the years. Some pictures that we pulled out we haven't seen in 20-30 years. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that are here today to remember Dina. And to each and every one of you that follow her on YouTube, and to all of our friends on Facebook, whether you guys are down in Florida and just met us within the past couple of years, or you know, if you've known us our whole life, you know, and we grew up with you guys. So it's very different to lose a sibling than it is to lose a parent. This seemed to have, well, it's always hard, you know. With my mom and dad, though, I guess it was a little different with Dina. So I actually jotted down some notes. I didn't really put anything together with much structure, but Dina and I were 17 years apart, and she was a lot older than I was, so it was kind of like having a second mom, you know. I have a lot of memories of her ever since I was little, you know. I didn't think I was going to cry today. A lot of different memories, you know, all from playing with me in the backyard to Girl Scouts and picking me up at school and everything, you know, going to garage sales and Mets games, and you know, she really took care of me a lot, you know, when my mom and dad needed help. And just a few things that I've jotted down from like over the years. My boys were really close to Aunt Dina, and my nieces were really close to her too. And if you guys knew Dina, she always had a bag of yarn with her. She was always she was always knitting and crocheting. And when she started her YouTube channel, you know, she recorded everything. If it was the cows in the field or dog peeing on a tree, you know, she just recorded everything. I mean, I'd eat like no one was looking, and I look up and there's a video in my face, you know. So Dina was just really, really special, you know, and we loved her as a sister. We didn't really realize how special she was, though, until so many people have reached out to us and let us know, you know, like she really made an impact on a lot of people's lives, and we're really grateful that you all really loved our family and Dina so much. Just, we're gonna miss everything about her, you know. She microwaved everything. All the different foods that she made. You know, her specialty was like these little pizzas on English muffins. The boys absolutely hated them. But that's a very big memory that we had. All the crafts fairs that Dina used to do, you know, she was just always knitting and crocheting stuff, offering a helping hand, making baby blankets and baby hats, and just always doing what she could for everyone. She had nothing. She literally had nothing, and she was always ready to give whatever she had. You know, she really was a simple person. She just always wanted to go everywhere with us, whether it was on a car ride or, you know, out to dinner. She always let my boys come over, no matter what time of day it was. She'd always cook them something, even if it was in the microwave. She always made them something. She was always very welcoming to their friends. She had the patience of a saint, and if you knew Dina, she was very quick to blow her top, but she was also very quick to be accepting of so many different people. She was always ready for emergencies. She loved walking around the block, going on her walks with the dogs, and picking Avery up off the school bus. Avery and Dina were very close. You never had to worry about being out of napkins because Dina had them in every crevice, whether it was in between the seats, in the glove box, you know. Everything. I remember going to the airport once, actually, and
I'm sorry.
we must have got stuck at Sorry about my laugh. I don't think any of the people at security had ever seen this before, but she pulled out about.
No, that was a play we went to. That wasn't the airport.
She pulled out about 150 patents. That wasn't the problem, though. It was when she pulled out the knitting needles. And then she had to go do this special detector. There's a lot of fun memories of Dina. You know, whether it was our mom and dad taking us to Hicks Nursery for Halloween, or Dina taking us to one of the Christmas tree lightings at the firehouse. She always made sure to have cheesecake at every single birthday party. And
Her shrimp.
her shrimp. She loved her shrimp. We would go to the buffet. Dina would be the first one back to the table with about 45 shrimp piled. She did love the buffet. She did love the buffet. But like I said, she was really simple. Even for Christmas, all she ever wanted was to make sure that the kids had everything they needed. All she ever wanted was yarn and, you know, board games to play with them. And she came to everything, absolutely everything, whether it was the boys' baseball games, their soccer games, their Cub Scout meetups. Even once we moved to Florida, she came to as many of their motocross races as she could. But she's actually back. Well, she's back with Charlie now. They're both in heaven together. You know, it's been many years since that. And my mom and dad too. So we just really miss her a lot. Kaylee's not here right now, but my son's girlfriend was also pretty close to Dina, you know. Dina really accepted everyone. But Avery was Dina's little sidekick. Avery did everything with her. And you'll see Avery in almost every one of her YouTube videos. And I think it's most devastating for her. Because like Dina raised me, you know, Dina helped out a lot with Avery. And it really is like losing a mom. Dina was big on pictures. You know, we always used to get annoyed by it. And Denise and I are big on pictures too. Just our kids get annoyed by that also. But she was always amazed how I could fit like 15 people in an elevator selfie. And, you know, she took pictures of everything. She wanted to be a part of everything we did. A lot of memories that I had when I was little was stopping the Mr. Softy ice cream truck and just Easter egg hunts and always being together to ring in the new year. So this is going to be the first year without her. I still, you know, it's only been 3 weeks and I still sometimes like think I'm going to see her walk around the block or go check the mail, or, you know. It didn't really hit until the funeral though, because COVID is just so different. You don't get that chance to say goodbye and hold their hand. And anybody who's lost someone due to COVID knows that it almost feels like you don't get that closure. So now we only have a small family left. It was us 3 sisters, and now it's just Denise and I. But we are very grateful to have half brothers, and Emily has been a big part of our life. Literally a constant since we were little. And I'm really happy that you were able to come and be here, because Dina loved you a lot too. Sorry, I'm almost done. There was a lot of things that Dina enjoyed doing. She not only enjoyed making and knitting stuff for the babies, like in the NICU unit and stuff. She also regularly donated blood and plasma. She even made blessing bags for those in need, for the homeless people. I always remember her wearing her pink sweater and her pink jacket However, I do remember her favorite color being yellow growing up, which is, you know, COVID awareness is yellow. So it's weird how things like that happen. I was really hoping that Dina would recover from this, so that, you know, being a woman of God, this could have been like a miracle, you know, and it would have been a great testimony to tell. But obviously, God needed her back for some reason. Everybody that is here today or reached out, you know, knew our family and knew that we were different. But many of them saw Dina's uniqueness, you know, and that's just, it's something that, it's just something that, like, it's amazing that everyone loved her and accepted her and everything. Now for the part that may grind some people's gears, but we just lost our sister to COVID. So please, 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 if you're not vaccinated, and that is your choice, that is fine, but please at least wear a mask, because you don't know who you're infecting. You don't know, you don't know how your healthy body is going to react to it. So please just do everything that you can to stay protected, keep the babies protected and the elderly people. You know, Dina never really left the house, but her immune system wasn't that great. So I just remember the day I called the ambulance, I didn't even get to hug her goodbye. And then 3 days later, she was on a vent. So the last text she sent me actually said, "I like being alive." And after that, there was no more being able to text. I just know she knows how much we loved her despite any arguments. Siblings do argue, but you only get one family. So if there are any arguments or disagreements, try to reach out as often as you can, because one day it'll be too late to say I'm sorry or to try to make amends. So life is really short. We're only lent to our family on this earth for a small period of time. So just try to enjoy as much of it as you can. But thank you everyone for coming out to celebrate Dina's life and to be here to support us. And that's pretty much it.
I just want to say that we have to try not to take people for granted and cherish them while they're here, because we do not know when their time will be up. When their work on earth is done, God takes them. We were blessed to have Dina for as long as we did. 53 years doesn't seem long enough though. And I wish Dina was still here with us so we could just cherish her a little longer and enjoy her more. But that would be selfish of us, since Dina had a few issues before. Sorry, it's okay. Dina had a few issues before she caught COVID, and she had asthma and COPD. So, and she also had chronic bronchitis. So sometimes she did have difficulty with breathing and wheezing. She was just very full of life though, and she never let it get her down, and we just never saw this coming. She was just always running around healthy. You know, now she's running around healthy, and she's very fit and not suffering. She's not sad, and she's in the perfect place where one day we all will be with her. We miss her greatly, and she was a big part of our lives daily for our whole lives. She was always with Dawn when she was a little girl, even when I was a little girl. She always took care of us. Dina was 11 years older than me, and then 17 years older than Dawn. So I'm saying a few things that Dawn already covered. We're a little repetitive because we have a few of the same things that we wrote down. And she took care of us like she was our second mother. She was the same with all of mine and Dawn's children as well. She always took care of Joey, Stevie, Jeremy, Tegan, Avery. She spent a lot of time with them since we moved to Florida. She was honestly stuck inside the house a lot. We did get to go out here and there, but for the most part, there are no buses or any type of public transportation for her, so she stayed home a lot. She took her walks a lot. She did tons of YouTube videos of just the farm animals or whoever became her friends. She would moo at the cows, and she would hee-haw at the donkey, and she met some neighbors and churchgoers as well. Dina had a great heart and always did for everybody. She didn't have much, but she made do with what she had. She always came up with gifts for all the children, even if it was something handmade that she loved to do, or scraping the bottom of her change purse to buy something for them. She's constantly knitting and crocheting things for hospitals and to feed the homeless, as well as just giving random people stuff like knitted hats, lollipop angels, blankets, shawls, crochet towels, and trivets, as well as little stuffed animals that she would make. She even made Tegan, when she was a little girl, a cute little dress out of a pillowcase. We will miss Dina's good heart and her funny little jokes, and that laugh of hers. She will always give off a happy, positive energy. Her love for God was unimaginable to most people. She never forgot to remind us to pray and say thanks before our meals. Thank you. Dina gave a bunch of nicknames to our animals also. We have 4 dogs. She calls Sweetie, Sweetie Petey. She calls Bella, Bella Bella. And she calls Red, Reddy Red Red. And then our other Chihuahua, Precious, she calls the raccoon because she has the colors of a raccoon, all gray. Dina's very easy to make happy. She's always very grateful for the little things in life, and that all made her smile. Just something as simple as taking home a few extra napkins from McDonald's. Something as simple as taking home a few napkins from McDonald's just to try to save us money from buying more paper towels. Same goes for buying food. If we would go, like if the kids wanted McDonald's, she would always say, don't get anything for me, just get for the kids. Especially if we were low on funds. Dina was always about the family, always wanted to be with the family, always good to the family. Every time Dina met one of Tegan's friends, she would say, so happy, hi, I'm Tegan's aunt. And she was always very proud of her family and always happy to show us off. Her face would beam. Every day, Dina in New York would take Avery to school for me at the rec center and pick her up for me. She did the same thing here in Florida. She would take Avery to the bus every morning for me so I can go to work, and then pick her up from the bus after school and watch her for me every day until I got home. Avery spent so much time with Dina, and as did all of our children when they were this age. We are all better off knowing Dina. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish but have eternal life. So for those of us that believe in God and that are saved, this is his promise to us. We can't wait till we meet Dina again one day. And until then, we know that she is watching us in the arms of Jesus and with our parents. If you all would like to remember Dina and see how she was in her day-to-day life, or in case you didn't know her as well as some of us, or maybe just forgot how she was since it's been a while, and just to be reminded of her, you can subscribe to her YouTube channel, Dina's Yo-Yos. She had tons and tons of videos, whether it's just her talking about knitting, or a meal she just made, or just sitting outside getting some fresh air, or playing with the pets. No matter what it was, Dina's videos has her life for the past couple of years on her YouTube channel. I watch her videos a lot, even though I haven't gone through them all yet, and there's a lot on there, but I think it'll be great if you all checked it out, and it's a great way to remember her. This just doesn't really feel real yet. I still feel like she's gonna text me back or come walking through the door. Today might make it seem a little more real for me, but I do feel Dina's presence around all the time. Maybe that is why I feel like she's still here and not gone. Maybe that is why I feel like she's still here. Oh, sorry, it's the same sentence twice. The shirt that I'm wearing tomorrow is the same shirt that I wore at my mom's funeral 4 years ago, and I think Dina would have liked that. And then I'm just going to end this with Dina's favorite Bible verse, which is Psalm 21, verses 3 and 4. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. And that's it.
I'd like to start with a quote. The author of this quote is unknown. Time has taken your body, but a part of you remains. Deep inside I feel it, whispering your name. Days turn into months, and months turn into years. But time cannot take you from me, as I always sense you near. You will never be forgotten, as your love lives on in me, and I will carry it with me until we meet again in eternity. Hello, my name is Emily, a close friend for almost 30 years, who quickly became family. Words cannot express the loss of Dina KOGAN. Dina was a selfless woman who always thought of others, no matter who it was. She always was making her crafts to make gifts for others and always thought about the homeless. She would make newborn beanies to give to local hospitals. She loved to document everything she did on YouTube. Denise and Dawn, her sister, said she did it for the memories. We are also glad she did, because we have many memories to watch, to hear her voice again and see her face. Dina was someone that left a lasting impression to all she had contact with. She had a funny sense of humor and often made us laugh with her quirky ways. Although she is absent here on earth and present with our Lord, she will always live on through our memories, her YouTube videos, and most of all, in our hearts. I love you, Dina, and I miss you. Till we meet again.